Hey everyone. In a world that changes as fast as ours does, past success, well, it really doesn't guarantee a future anymore. What does is the ability to learn and adapt. Today, we're going to dig into why adapting is really the new formula for success in business.
Have you ever wondered about that? I mean, how do these huge, giant companies, the ones with stores on every corner, just disappear? What happened to them? It's a really important question because it's the start of a very expensive lesson we're about to look at.
And here it is, the classic example, Blockbuster versus Netflix. A lot of people think Blockbuster went bust because of a bad economy, but the truth is, they were really defeated by themselves. They clung to their old-school video rental model while Netflix was looking ahead, innovating with streaming. So it wasn't about the economy at all. It was a total failure to adapt to changing tech and, more importantly, changing customer habits.
All right, so let's dig a little deeper into the lessons from these fallen giants. And these stories, they're not just history lessons, They're a warning that's still ringing loud and clear for every single business out there today.
Here's another interesting case, Circuit City. They were a massive electronics retailer, pulling in over $12 billion in revenue. But in the end, they went bankrupt. And the problem was pretty much the same as Blockbuster's. They were just too attached to the strategies that made them successful in the past. They refused to change their business model to meet the new needs of their customers.
The collapse of these huge companies doesn't just happen because of one single event. It's more like a perfect storm of different forces, all hitting at once, relentlessly. And it's a storm that every organization today has to face. So let's take a look at what's actually in this storm.
You just can't deny it. Technology is the biggest driver of this change. It's become completely woven into the fabric of business, and it's changing how we live, how we work, and how we communicate, all at a dizzying speed.
So here are 7 of the key tech trends that are basically reshaping our world. But instead of just reading a list, let's zoom in on a few. First, you've got mobile, which forces businesses to be in their customers' hands 24/7. Then there's big data, which lets us understand consumer behavior on a level we never could before. And the cloud has completely changed how we work, store, and access information. The thing is, none of these work alone. They all interact to create this massive wave of change across every industry.
To give you a sense of just how fast this change is, get this. Every single minute, over 100 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube. That means the competition for people's attention is getting fiercer by the second. If you're slow, you get forgotten. It's that simple.
Now let's talk about the Internet of Things. A few years back, this huge number was just a projection, and now we're living it. More and more devices all around us, from our cars to our refrigerators, are connected to the Internet. And that brings a whole new world of opportunities and a whole new set of challenges to deal with.
The former CEO of Google once said something incredibly powerful. We now create as much information in 2 days as we did from the dawn of civilization until 2003. That's the power of big data right there. But the key takeaway isn't just the sheer amount of data. It's what we do with it that counts.
And hey, it's not just about technology. There are other pressures too. The need to constantly change your business model, the fact that old job roles are disappearing while new ones pop up, and of course globalization, which means you're competing with people from every corner of the globe. These are the challenges every organization is facing right now.
Okay, so when you see all these overwhelming challenges piled up, the big question is, what's the solution? How do you survive? Well, the answer is to transform your company into a learning organization.
So what exactly is a learning organization? To put it simply, it's a place where everyone, all employees, are constantly creating, acquiring, and transferring knowledge. And the goal is to help the company adapt to this unpredictable world faster than the competition can.
Peter Senge, an expert in this field, gave an even deeper definition. He said it's a place where people continually expand their capacity, where people are continually learning to see the whole together. See? It really puts the focus on people and their growth within the organization.
So what's so great about being a learning organization? The advantages are clear and incredibly powerful. You can respond to change way faster than anyone else. You can innovate to stay ahead of the competition, and maybe, most importantly, this kind of company attracts and keeps talented people for the long haul. Because everyone wants to grow, right?
And this right here is the bottom line. Investing in learning and development isn't just an expense you cut when times get tough. It's the most critical business investment you can make. It's the engine that will drive your organization to sustainable success.
And if you need proof, look no further.
Under Jack Welch, who completely transformed GE into a learning organization, the company's value increased by 4,000%. That number pretty much says it all about the massive potential return on this investment.
All right, so now that we see how important it is, the next question is obvious. So how do we actually build one? Let's look at a framework that can help guide the way.
This is the SARTR framework. It's a really simple and memorable model with 3 main pillars for transformation. Number 1, build a learning culture. Number 2, develop a learning plan. And number 3, manage learning operations.
That first one, culture, is absolutely the most critical part. It's the heart of it all, and it's made up of 4 things. Having the right leaders who believe in it and lead by example. Having the right people with open minds who are ready to learn. Promoting the right behaviors, like collaboration, experimentation, and sharing knowledge. And finally, providing the right resources by seriously investing in learning.
So I want to leave you with one final question to think about. Is your organization ready to handle the changes that are coming? Because in this day and age, to stop learning is pretty much the same as waiting to be defeated.